Hey, hello again, this is part 4 of Wishbone Jailbait. Tofu QT, delicious. And yesterday, one thing that I forgot to say was the song is in E flat. You know, they've tuned down, maybe for Ted Turner's voice, because it's Ted that sang it. I don't know, but it's tuned down. So, you know, so when we play you'll have to tune to E flat if you want to play with the record. It's in E flat. Now I thought it might be an idea just to put all the ghost tones on one video, because they're not where you think they'd be. They certainly weren't where I would think they would be. So in the first verse, you've got this, which is a D, and then you've got this thing that I refer to as being like, you know, taillights fading. Right. Second verse, you've got a high G, and you've got a, and third verse, you've got a D, and right behind it. Right, now those ethereal, quite, you know, haunting lines do give the song an edge, I think. You know, they make it a little bit more wishbone-y. You know, it's more echoey and atmospheric and whatever. Now, you may be, you know, really used to playing that kind of violin and note. I find it's good to, like, see what my finger's doing there. If you get quite a good vibrato going before you violin the note, it tends to sound a little bit better. Same with the, you know, give it quite a shake, whether it be the G. So the note is actually vibrating as you pull up the volume control on the guitar. So that's the three sections of the violin bit. Now, there's also the rhythm part. I said it's two chords, it's A and E over the whole section, then it ends up with a B, so it's ending the twin lead solo bit. Now Andy Powell played it there. But Ted Turner played it here. And as I say, on that section that you know, this is three chords. It's E, A, and B, right? Now, in the second verse, Andy plays slightly different fills. The first verse, as I said, you've got this. Then you add the D note. Third line, there's a high G. And then right. Second verse, Andy plays this line. Right. Second time it comes round, he plays. Right. Now that slowly is quite unusual because he bends the G string and the G note, high G. Takes it all down the bottom. So we've got this the slide like that, right? And the third time he goes right, that's A bent up to a B note and just pushed up back and forward, right? In the last verse, the fills are different again, because again, you know, we've got, you know, the band are playing this is the final verse, and Andy, you know, with the tremolo bar, I presume, in his flying B plays. Right. Now I wanted to do this on a guitar that doesn't have a bar, so that no one's put off and you're thinking, You know, well, I play a Telecaster or a, you know, a Les Paul or an SG. How am I going to play that? Well, you can't duplicate it. You know, if you have a tremolo bar, you'd play that fill, G and A, and then you take the bar and press it down, obviously. If you don't have a tremolo on the guitar, you go like that. And again, it's quite ethereal, and as I say, the ghost notes, you know, the D, and then the are going on in the background over that verse. So that's the first lick. Second lick is really strange, because the second fill rather, because again they're still playing the right, and Andy plays that one, the descending one with the bar first, and then he plays a D note that comes looking for E but doesn't get that. You know, I think it's quite unusual. So it's a and it just sort of, you know, it sings around in the atmosphere there. It just you know, it's very atmospheric, and combined with, and then gives the whole song a very kind of ethereal feel. And the last line is just an E note, where he goes. Right, so that's the 3 verses and the 3 sets of 3 fills. It's 9 fills in all. We then move into that, which I'll do in a different video, because I'm planning to do the solo, which is Ted Turner, Andy Powell, Ted Turner, Andy Powell in one go, which may be problematic, so I'll have to play both guys' parts. And they also use a slightly different approach and a slightly different sound, but you know, I'll have a go at doing that and then break all that down. Right at the end, when they play the main riff, they play a rundown, which is absolutely not where you think it's going to be, right? Now, if I can explain that better, they're playing. Now, if they're going to end it, you'd expect them to. You just play that sort of rundown, which is like, you know, a scale of flat 5. What they play is that point, there are 2 very high guitars that do this. One does that, the other goes, and there's a slight hint of a G, you know, on the final chord. So you've got one guitar's playing the E note, one guitar's playing an A flat. So you get this harmony, you get that, and then there's a slight hint of that note coming down, like on the final chord, right? So that line, which I think you'll agree is a lot better than you know, the obvious line that you played. So that is F sharp, E, D, B, A, G. So how do you harmonise that? The other one goes. So that's coming out of an A. So the A is a, you know, nice third harmony to the F sharp. Play that one, you flat. F sharp, E. D, B, and as I say, that's when they play that. The end, right? So that is the 3 times 3 ghost notes, which is 9 ghost notes. that is the 3 sets of fills, including that one, which, as I say, you can play with a tremolo bar. The main riff, the harmony to the main riff, which is just one note, as you know. The ending harmony, which is the 2 descending lines, which is absolutely lovely. That. So that's it. That is Wishbone Ash's Jailbait. It's a song I love. I still really like it. And the reason I was doing all this is I think it's thought to be quite straightforward. I mean, I certainly, when I was in my teens, would say to my friends, we could play Jailbait, because, for the most part it goes rum ba dum ba dum ba dum. We could probably do that. If you wanted to play it exactly like the record, which, as I've said, would probably never happen, because you'd need a guitarist to play all the ghost notes. But even forgetting that, if you want to play all the fills in the right place and bang on and the right notes and whatever, there's a lot more in this song than like a lot of Wishbone songs that appears on the surface. So there we are. All we've got left, we've only got to do the ping pong twin guitar solo. Only, he says.